Okay, guys. So I was talking about this commutative rule. So matrix addition is commutative. That is, A plus B is equal to B plus A. Similarly, this is associative as well. What do we mean by associative? Means if we are adding three matrices at the same time, A plus B plus C, then it doesn't matter which two matrices you add first. Okay. If you add A plus B first and then add C, it will give you the same result if you add B into C first and then add A. All right. So can you hear me now? Yeah, the video stopped in between, so I think there was a problem, but I connected it again. You hear me now?
Yes, Master.
All right. Good. So let's move on to some examples. Okay, before examples, we have one more thing. Multiplication of a matrix by a scalar. We are still not multiplying two matrices. This is a multiplication by a scalar. So if I multiply a number with a matrix, what happens? If if this is your matrix and you are multiplying a number k outside, it means you have to multiply every number inside by that k. See, k with a11, k with a12, k with a21, with a22. So every number inside every element will be multiplied by k. This is called scalar multiplication. Okay. So this is the first example. A matrix A is given. The first question is, what is the order of a matrix? Can you write or say the order of this matrix? How many rows are there? 3. And how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So it means the order of the matrix is 3 by 4. Okay. Yes. So most of the people wrote 3 by 4. So the answer is correct. So it means one thing you got. Now he said, what is the element A13? Element A13 is first row, third column. So this is the first row and this is the third column, right? So it means this matrix. This number 8 is your A13. Okay. So did you send me the request? Someone cannot connect and it is the number is not saved with me. You send me the request, I will admit you. Add using this ID. All right, so let's go back. The position of the element 2. Where is the element 2? Element 2 is this one. So can you write the position of this element? Position means in which row and column it is in. It is in second row and first column. So we will write the position of this is A, second row, first column. Second row, first column. Okay, so the position is A21. A21. Okay. So these all solutions are given here, which I just did. He said, second example, construct a 3 by 2 matrix Aij whose elements are Construct a matrix A whose elements are given by 2i minus 3j mod. Okay, so how can we find a matrix when a general Aij is given to me? It means my 3 by 2 matrix should be 3 rows and 2 columns. Agree? 3 by 2 matrix has A 1 1 1 2 2 1 2 2 3 1 3 2. It has 3 rows and 2 columns. Now I have to find these numbers. How you will find these numbers? For A11, I will put I is equal to 1 and j is equal to 1, right? So if you put I is equal to 1, it is 2, minus j is also 1, so it is 3, and then you take the mod, so your answer is 1. Okay, so this is your entry A11. So your A11 is 1. Similarly, you can find all of them. You see, A11 is 1. A21 means I is 2. You see, A21 means I is 2 and J is 1. So I2 J1. So 2 into I, 2I minus 3J will give you 1. So that's how we can find all these 6 elements by putting the appropriate I and J. And now you can just put these values here. So 1, 1, 3, 4, 2, 2. Okay, so this is my matrix 1, 1, 3, 4, 2, 2. So sometimes a general element, this is called the general element Aij of the matrix, is given in terms of I and j. We can put the values of I and j and find all the entries of the column. And how do we know where we have to stop? This order will tell you where you have to stop, because the order is 3 by 2, so I have to just complete 3 rows and 2 columns. Okay. So if they ask me about 3 by 3 matrix, then I will write one more column, A31, 32 and 33. All right. The next example is find values of x, y, z such that these two matrices are equal. Now you recall equality of the matrices. When two matrices are equal, two matrices are equal if this first entry is equal to first entry, second entry is equal to second entry, 5 is equal to z, this 5 is equal to this 5, 1 is equal to y, and 9 is equal to 9. Right? That's how two matrices are equal. So you see, x should be equal to 3. So the first thing is my x has to be equal to 3. The second entry is already true, 4 is equal to 4, so we are okay. Third entry says 5 is equal to z. It means my z has to be equal to 5. Okay, now this entry 5 is equal to 5, okay. 1 is equal to y and 9 is equal to 9, okay. So it means y has to be equal to 1. So if we use the equality of two matrices, we can easily find the values of x, y, z from here. Okay, understand? So you can write yes or no in your chat box, or just say yes or no. All right, good. So you guys are good at chatting, huh? Yeses are so quick. Good, keep it up. You know, we are old people, not digital versions. You guys are digital. Okay, so find the values of x, y so that these two matrices are equal. So more yes are coming up. Smiling faces. All right, so now again we will use the equality of two matrices and find the value of x, y. But this time it's not very easy, because we know that y has to be equal to this and 2x has to be equal to this, because it is just 2 by 1 matrix, 2 by 1 matrix. So first element has to be equal to first and second has to be equal to second. And if you recall, these are two column matrices. Why? Because it has one column. So these are column matrices. Okay. All right. So if I write y is equal to 4 minus x, this is one equation in x and y. If I put 2x is equal to 6 minus 2y, this is another equation. in x and y. Okay, so these two equations have to be satisfied. Now you know that in your high schools, you know that how to solve these two equations. Two equations in two unknowns x and y. We can use the value from one equation and replace it in the second. For example, y is 4 minus 2x. So I can put this y here. I can put this y here. So this will become 2x is equal to 6 minus 2y. You see, we replace the value of y here. This y is here. And now this is an equation in x. So you can solve it to find the value of x. Now if I put this x back here in y, I will get the value of y as well. Okay, so my x is 1 and y is equal to 2. So in this type of question where we use the equality of matrices, but at the same time we had to solve two equations to get the values of x and y. Okay, basically this question which I just did, solving these two questions, this is linear algebra. Okay, linear algebra is all about solving linear equations. That is the reason we call it linear algebra. Okay, there are many methods to solve linear equations, and matrices are one thing to use to solve these type of linear equations. That is the reason we are studying matrices. You will see when we will complete our theory of matrices and determinants, we will go on to solve big system of linear equations. 3 equations in 3 unknowns, 4 equations in 4 unknowns, like that. Okay, using matrices and determinants. So linear algebra is all about solving linear equations. Whatever you study before that is your helping tool. So matrices are helping tool to study linear algebra. Otherwise, it is the theory of matrices, not linear algebra. Okay, but we will use this in solving the system of linear equations. That is why we are studying it. Again, these examples are very simple, self-explaining examples. A and B, two matrices are given, both have the same order, and the order is 2 by 2 because we have 2 rows and 2 columns. Okay, he said find a matrix C which is given by 3A plus 2B. So it's very easy. What we can do, we will write A here, right? We will multiply A by 3 and B by 2. Scalar multiplication, A by 3 and B by 2, and then we will add the resulting matrices. Okay, so if you calculate 3A, what does that mean? I have to multiply 3 with every object inside. Excuse me. Then 2B. 2B means multiply 2 inside with every element of B. So if I multiply 2 with every element, this is 2B. Now I will add these two resulting matrices. We will add these two to get C. If we add them, I will get C. So your C is 3A plus 2B. This is your 3A which we just calculated. This is your 2B which we just calculated, and now we added that. This is your 3A plus 2B. This is the resulting matrix C. Okay. Similarly, A and B are given, and the question is find 2A minus 4B. So what I can do, I can multiply this by 2, multiply this by 4, and subtract them. We can do it in one step as well. You don't have to calculate 2A and 4B separately and then subtract. Okay, what you can do these two steps within this last step. So what I can do, before going to this step, I can write one step in between with 2 times A and 4 times B and multiply, then you can subtract. So it's your choice whether you want to find 2A and 4B separately and then add them together or subtract them, or you can just start with 2A minus 4B, multiply in one step and then subtract and write the final answer. Once you will have a practice, you can skip these steps and write your answers in one go. Okay. So you can check these solved examples on your own. These are very simple examples which you can easily solve. Okay, I'm going to multiplication of matrices. What is multiplication of matrix? We have not multiplied two matrices yet. we added them, we subtracted them, and we multiply a matrix with a scalar. That was called scalar multiplication. If we have to multiply two matrices, we have to be very careful. First thing which you have to notice is the columns in first matrix should be equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. You see, the number of columns in the first matrix should be the same as number of columns. I'm not saying that the rows and columns are same. No, number of rows and number of columns. For example, if my first matrix have 3 columns, then your second matrix should have 3 rows. Then you can multiply. Otherwise, you cannot multiply the matrices. And this M and P, these are free. Number of rows in first matrix, number of columns in second matrix, they don't have to match. They can be anything. Okay. So once you multiply them, your product AB will have this order: rows from first and columns from the second. This N and N will go away. So this will be the order of your resulting matrix, which is called product. You can call it product of a matrix, or you can call it multiplication of two matrices. Okay. So multiplication of the matrix is associative. These are the points that if you are multiplying 3 matrices, okay, you can pick any 2 matrices first. You can multiply AB and then C, or you can multiply BC and then A. This is associative property. It was true for multiplication as well. But remember, multiplication is not commutative. If you change the order of the matrix AB, and if you change the order, like order of multiplication, not matrix, BA, they will not be equal to each other in general. Okay, in general they are not equal. You may not be able to multiply. If you can multiply AB, then you may not be able to multiply BA. Reason is his order may not match. You see, if this P is not the same as A, you see, what is your A? A is M by N. M by N. Now, if this number of columns and number of rows in the second matrix, if they are not the same, you cannot multiply B with A. Okay, so remember, AB is not equal to BA in general. Okay, and here in associative property, we are not changing their position. You see, ABC are in the same order ABC. We only changing who will go first. Okay, AB should be multiplied first or BC should be multiplied first. Nothing will happen. It will remain the same. If you repeatedly multiply A by itself, if A is a square matrix and you multiply A with itself, A with A, it will be called the square of the matrix. It means this is A square. A square does not mean that we take the square of each number. It's wrong. A square means you are multiplying A by itself. Okay. If you multiply it one more time, it will become A cube. If you multiply one more time, it will become A power 4. So you can increase the power by multiplying. So you already got A square, right? Now if you multiply it one more time with A, you will get A cube. Similarly, if I multiply A cube with A one more time, I will get A4. So you can reach to any power of a matrix by multiplying it by itself. Okay. Now here is a little example, very simple one. Here we said if we multiply these two matrices, A and B, the product will be a new matrix. And what do you think, what will be the order of this matrix? What will be the order of this product? A is 2 by 5 and B is 5 by 4. So what do you think, what will be the order of this AB? Just write in your chat. You can write it in your chat. Where is your chat? Here is your chat. Okay, can anyone write what is the order of this product AB? A is 2 by 5, B is 5 by 4. So I am getting answers from Shekha and from Noof, Marwan. All are correct. 2 into 4, 2 into 4. Good. So we are getting 2 into 4. Why 2 into 4? Because you see 5 and 5 match. So it means we can take the product. You have to be very careful. First you have to realize whether we can multiply or not. So here number of columns in the first are equal to number of rows in the second. It means yes, we can multiply. And what will be the order? Order will be 2, 4. The first with the last one. So the order will be 2 into 4. So everyone gave me the correct answer. Now here, these are what will be the order of A, B in my second one. In the second one, what is the order? Right? Error. Not defined. Okay. Not possible. Right? So this is what no solution. So very good. So it means we were careful and we saw before writing 1 by 3, maybe we can do a mistake just by looking at the rows of first and the columns of second. I can write 1 by 3, but it will be wrong answer, right? Because this 3 and this 2 do not match. So it means we cannot multiply them. So if we cannot multiply, how we can give you the order? This matrix does not exist. Okay, no solution, no product exists here. So good. So at least we understood how to what will be the order of multiplication. Now let me go to the multiplication by itself. So this is an example. Why we said that number of columns should match with number of rows. We will pick the first column, and we will multiply it with the first row, corresponding entries of the first row. Okay. So the first entry of this row will be multiplied by this column. Second entry with the second column, third entry with the third column. Okay, so 0 will multiply by 1, 1 will get multiplied by -1, 2 will get multiplied by 2. क्या चाहिए? देंगे क्यों आए? Pardon, my son was here. Umar. All right, so you understand why we said number of columns and number of rows should match? Because if there are, let's say, 3 entries, 3 columns means you have 3 entries in first row, and here let's say you have 4 entries in first column. So this fourth entry will be left behind. There will be nothing to multiply with this one. Okay, so that's the reason number of columns should match with number of rows in my second. Now if I multiply 0 with 1 and then we add, okay, we multiply and we keep on adding. So 0 with 1 plus 1 with -1 plus 2 with 2. So you see 0 with 1 plus 1 with -1 plus 2 with 2. This is my first entry of the product. This is the first entry of the product. Now if I multiply the same, let me change the color here. So now if I multiply the first one with the second column, okay, this will give me this second entry. Okay, so 0 with 1, you see 0 with 2, 1 with 4 and 2 with -1. So see 0 with 2, 1 with 4, so you are here 0 with 2, and the last one is 2, and here the last one is -1, so 2 with -1. Okay, so this gives me the second entry, and then I will go to the second row and do the same thing. Second row with the first one, okay, second row with the second one. So I will get these two. Okay, this entry and this entry. Okay, so second with first, two, you see second row, first column. It means this should come in second row and first column. Got it? So position will remain the same. This is second row and second column. So I got second row and second column. Okay. Similarly, this third row, this third row with first column and third row with second column. So this is the third row with first column, third row with second column. Got it? So that's how you got all the numbers. So just tell me if you understood this part. Multiplication is little complicated, but with just one or two examples with your hand, you can easily master this multiplication. Any step which you could not remember? So see, first row with first column, so it goes to the first one. Okay, so let's see how we got this 12. Okay, this is the last entry. Second row, second column, right? This is the second row, second column entry. So second row, second column should, sorry, third row, second column. It should come from third row with second column. This third row should multiply by second column. So you see 2 into 2 is 4, then 3 into 4 is 12, and then 4 into minus 1 is minus 4. You see, 2 into 2, 4, 3 into 4 is 12, 4 into minus 1 is minus 4. Now if you add this, 4 minus 4 is gone, so you are left with 12. This is your last step. Got it? So that's how you have to, and now you can look at the order. This was 3 by 3 matrix, right? This is 3 by 1, okay, 3 by 1 matrix. So this is gone because after product this is gone. So you got 3 by, sorry, this was 3 by 2. So this is 3 by 2, right? So see, the order of your product should be 3 by 2, and you can see at the end what you got. The order of this matrix is 3 by 2 matrix. Okay, so you can check these small things after getting the solutions. You should check these small things whether your answer is correct or not. Okay. So this was the multiplication, not difficult, very easy. Another example here is a matrix A is given. The question is find A square minus 3A plus 9I. So it means first I need A square. It means I have to multiply A with A. Then 3A, this is a scalar multiplication. It means I have to multiply 3 with A. And then plus 9I. What is I? I is the identity matrix, and identity matrix has to be the same order which is A. A is 3 by 3, so identity matrix with 3 by 3 is 1 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Okay, so this will be your identity matrix. So order has to be the same. A is 3 by 3, so your I should be 3 by 3. If you give me A 2 by 2, I will write A 2 by 2, which is just this one, 2 by 2. Okay, so order has to be the same. So I can find these three things separately. A square means A multiplied by A. So see, it is a 3 by 3. This is also 3 by 3. So answer has to be 3 by 3. First row, first column. First row, second column. First row, third column. Similarly, second row, first column. Second row, second column. Second row, third column. Then third row, first column. Third row, second column. Third row, third column. So we will get 9 entries at the end. Okay. So just check. If you have questions, you can send me later on in the group as well. Okay. 3A means multiply 3 with A. So this is what you got. 9 into I means multiply 9 with this I. You see, if I multiply 9 here, I will get 9 in my diagonal. That's it. Because all others are 0, they will remain 0. So I will get 9 in the diagonal. So here I got 9 in the diagonal. Now if you can, A square minus 3A plus 9. This is A square, this is minus 3A, this is plus 9. Now if you add minus 12 plus 3 is minus 9 plus 9, right? Oh, sorry, minus 12 minus 3 is minus 15 plus 9 is minus 6. So see, you got this. Similarly, you can add all of them and you will get 3 by 3 matrix, which is A square minus 3A plus 9I. Okay? Got this idea? Anyone? Any questions? Getting everything? Yes or no? Okay, good. So a lot of people who took calculus 1 with me are in linear algebra, right? Because, yeah, a lot of names are coming from there. Next topic is transpose of a matrix. What is the transpose? If we change columns into rows and rows into columns, okay, that will be the transpose. For example, if this is your matrix 1 1 1 4 2 2, I will write first row as first column. You see, first row here becomes first column, second row becomes second column, and third row becomes third column. This is called the transpose, and we write a small t at the top, a superscript t for the transpose. Sometimes we write some books write a dash as well, a prime or a transpose. Okay, these both are used for transpose, but I think a transpose is better, a t is better, t for transpose. So this is your a transpose. Automatically, you see, it doesn't matter if you make column as rows or rows as column, it is the same thing. Let's say if you say, okay, no, I want to make this first column as first row, you see, it is the same thing. First column has become first row and second column has become second row. So automatically rows becomes columns and columns becomes rows. And of course, when you do this, then order will also be reversed. This was 3 by 2 matrix, 3 rows, 2 columns, and because I made columns as rows and rows as column, so your order is also reversed. Okay, so your order is 2 by 3 now. And if I take the transpose of this, I will get my A back. You see, if I take the transpose of this transpose, I will get my A back, because if I again change first row as first column, second row as second column, I will get my matrix back. So if you take the transpose of a transpose, if I take A transpose and take the transpose of this matrix, so double transpose will give my matrix back. Okay. So A transpose is my A. Related to this transpose, I have two other types of matrices. What are those? Those are called symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. Skew is the negative of symmetric. Some people write it as symmetric as well. They put AS before symmetric, AS and then symmetric. Okay, this is also a name for symmetric and non-symmetric matrices. So some authors call it skew symmetric, some authors call it asymmetric or non-symmetric matrices. But skew is better. Okay. Symmetric matrix is if I take the transpose and I get my matrix back. Okay. You see, a matrix is symmetric if Aij and Aji are the same. Okay, means if I change row and column, I becomes J, J becomes I, and I get the same entry back. Okay, then a matrix will be called symmetric. And if they are not the same, it means they are not symmetric, non-symmetric matrices or asymmetric matrices. Okay, but then I will call it skew symmetric. Excuse me. Skew symmetric matrices are those when you take the transpose and a minus comes out. Okay. So if you take, you see, for a symmetric matrix, a transpose and A are the same. But for skew symmetric matrix, transpose is equal to negative of A. Again, entries are the same but with a negative sign. Okay. See this one. When Aij is equal to negative of Aji, then they are skew symmetric matrices. Okay. So if you take the transpose, you see, if you take the transpose, the first row 213 is equal to 213, first column. Second row is equal to second column. Third row is equal to third column. So it means if I take the transpose of this matrix, automatically I will get my A back. Okay. If I take the transpose here, 0, 1, 3. 0, 1, 3 are coming but with a negative sign. Similarly, minus 106 are coming back in second column but with a negative sign. So here, if I take the transpose of this matrix, it will be negative of the same matrix back. Okay, the same matrix will come back but with a negative sign. So this is a skew symmetric matrix, this is a symmetric matrix. Okay, so these two new terminologies are related to the transpose of the matrix. Okay, so these are your exercises about all these topics which we studied so far. So try to solve these exercises, and if you have any questions, you can refer to the exercise number. Okay, what do we mean by this one? Let's say I explain the first question to you, and then you can do rest of them. He said in exercise 1 and 2, compute each matrix sum and product if it is defined. He said multiply and divide in product A. For example, find 2A. We can easily find 2A, no problem. B minus 2A is also not a problem. Find AC. For A and C, we have to be careful. AC, 3 columns, 2 rows. It means I cannot multiply AC. Okay? You see, find product if it is defined. That's why we write if it is defined. So AC is not defined. If something is not defined, just write that. We cannot find the product. Okay? But we can find CD. CD, 2 columns, 2 rows. I can find CD. Okay? Similarly, DB. Let's say this is DB. In DB, I can find the product because D has 2 columns and B has 2 rows. So I can multiply them. So DB is also possible. Okay. So try to find all these products or some difference, whatever is given. They are easy. Okay. So let's try all these exercises. Same examples are done. You see, this is also similar to what we did in the examples. All right. Similarly, in exercise 5, we are asking you to find the products if possible. You can find the products. Okay. So try to solve all of them. If you have any questions, send me in the group that we are facing this problem. I will try to explain by making small videos. I will try to explain. I hope in this exercise there is nothing which is very difficult and you can easily solve them. Okay. So if you have any question, anything in your mind, let me know. I think video is recorded during this session. I will try to save the video and send it to you on Google on WhatsApp, or I may upload it on YouTube and send you the link. I will send you the link. You can click on the link and see the video on YouTube. Sometimes these videos are big and it's difficult to send in the WhatsApp groups or upload on Moodle. So I will send you the videos in the links, YouTube links. Okay. So if you have any questions, I can answer. If everything is okay, then we can stop now. It's almost 1 hour and 20 minutes. Okay. So next will be determinants, and the reason I posted the notes before the lecture was so that you can read the notes before we come online. Okay. It will be best thing if you